Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Wiryawan and today is a photography vlog. Today I'm exploring this location. You've seen it many times. This is Kalyana Resort and I'm always happy to be here. It's a very nature-oriented kind of location, and in here I can find many different kinds of compositions, practice my landscape photography skill, and also a little bit of macro of some flowers, things like that. Always a good time in this location. But today is a special vlog because I'm testing the Viltrox 13mm f1.4 lens for Sony E-Mount cameras. I'm currently using my Sony ZV-E10. So this lens is actually an ultra wide angle lens. It has quite a wide focal length of 13mm, equal to about 20mm in full frame. Perfect for landscape scenery, that kind of stuff. And I'm on the right location to explore this lens. So yeah, an interesting fact about this lens is that this is an ultra budget, almost ultra budget lens from third-party manufacturer Viltrox, but it features autofocus. And yeah, today we're going to explore the capabilities of this lens, take some pictures, and hopefully I can also practice more of my ultra wide angle skill with this guy. So here is very simple, just the 13mm Viltrox lens and also the Sony ZV-E10, no other cameras whatsoever. Let's try to find some pictures. Alright, for our first photo shoot of the day, I wanna try to photograph this swimming pool in that area right there with the umbrella and also the trees with the Viltrox 13mm f1.4 on my ZV-E10. Here's the camera and the lens. And yeah, because this is kind of like a scenery kind of thing, we don't really have any specific objects that we want to focus on. We just want to capture the whole thing. Then I'm going to set the camera to about f5.6 so I get more depth of field. And again, I'm shooting raw, auto ISO. This is aperture priority, f5.6. Alright, let's try to capture the picture, something like this. What I like from the 13mm is that it is wide but not extremely wide, so it is still balanced. There's not a whole lot of, excessive distortion or, perspective weirdness, things like that, stretchy things going on the corners. It still looks natural in my opinion. Right, took some pictures already. I hope it will look good. Yeah, we have a little bit of sunlight, but it is generally a cloudy day. We're gonna make the most of it. Let's try to take some more pictures. Alright, I think we have the images, and now I want to try to open up the aperture a little bit to f4, something like this. Alright, we have somebody passing by, but that's fine. Right, let's try lowering the camera just a little bit. Yeah, by lowering the camera you can adjust the amount of foreground, background relationship, things like that. Alright, so I want to capture the villas right here with a little bit of the trees, just make for a nice little scenery, something very simple, just basic composition, putting the villa right in the middle, maybe switching it a little bit to the left or to the right depending on the mood. But yeah, something like this, very simple. You can see it on the camera. Again, I'm at f5.6 aperture priority, automatic ISO, and I got about 200 shutter speed. With the ZV-E10 we don't have mechanical in-body stabilizer. That's gonna be a little bit of a problem for slower shutter speed, but for things like this I think we are fine. Let's try to capture the image. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera, something like this. Alright, nice, very simple, straightforward composition. I like the balance between the trees and the green grass and also the building. Makes for a nice combination between man-made stuff and the nature. I think it's just perfect. Let's walk a little bit, and I'm gonna try to capture vertical composition of the villa from this perspective. Still f5.6 aperture priority, but now I want a little bit more of the sky. Oh, we have a nice sort of a foreground right here, the rock that we can use as an anchor point for the villa. Makes for a interesting foreground, because otherwise it is very plain and bland. So something like this. Yep, I think it kind of works. Let's try to crouch just a little bit and try to capture the image like so. Yep, really nice. Let's get back on that side again and try to capture it one more time from this angle, the previous angle. Something like this. Yeah, I think it looks nice as well. Something like this, more of the sky, less of the grass. We have a little bit of the trees helping to frame the whole image. Nice. Alright, next composition, we have this beautiful pond right here with the trees right there, and also that building right there. I want to try to capture a snapshot, a wide angle composition of this particular scenery. So yeah, I'm trying to find a nice balance between all the elements, the ponds, the building, and the trees. So yeah, still with the Viltrox 13mm f5.6 aperture priority. I'm setting my ISO to about 320 because the camera keeps selecting too low of ISO, and that results in very slow shutter speed, which is dangerous. Right, this is the composition that I like. So far we have a little bit of the rocks on the pond, and we have, yeah, just overall a nice balance of everything. Right, let's try to capture it. Something like this. Excellent. Let's go down just a little bit more. Alright, now let's try to capture a horizontal one so we can capture the whole building. Let's stand up again. I want to be careful not to capture the roof of this building that I'm at right now. Alright, something like this. Very nice. Alright, now I want to capture this building right here, the other side of the pond. Actually, this is the opposite side. I'm on the bridge that we just photographed earlier. So yeah, we have the pond from this vantage point. Again, I want to balance the composition between the pond, the building, and the trees behind as sort of a background. Let's try to do that. f5.6 aperture priority, ISO 320. Let's try to raise it just a little bit, maybe about ISO 400. Alright, I'm a little bit confused with the display settings of the ZV-E10. Please bear with me for a second. Alright, there we go. We have the right display. Right, focusing on the building, 13mm f5.6. There we go. Let's crouch just a little bit. I want to emphasize a little bit of the plants right here on the front. Nice. Let's go from this side. So this will be the main foreground. I think it looks nice. Excellent, just what I hope for. I want to try to balance, raise and lower the camera accordingly so I can, you know, balance the amount of foreground in my image. If I lower the camera too much, then the pond disappears. So I want just a little bit of the pond, but still a prominent amount of that green plant on the foreground. Right, something like this. Now let's try horizontal. Something like this, really nice. Let's raise the camera. Let's get rid of the foreground completely. Nice. Alright, I'm stepping back a little bit now. I'm further away from the that building. So now we can see the bridge that I just stood on a few moments ago. So now let's try to capture it from this particular composition. f5.6. We got about 250 shutter speed. Still aperture priority. ISO 400. Let's capture the image with the bridge as the foreground. Look kinda nice. Let's try horizontal. 13mm is not that wide. It is ultra wide but not extremely wide, so it is still balanced in my opinion. You can do a lot of things with 13mm. I think this would make for a nice, you know, kind of only prime lens. If you're more into wide angle compositions like this, I think you can work easily with 13mm. This is equivalent to 20mm in full frame if I'm not mistaken, and that's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 20mm. Yeah, that's a very flexible focal length from my experience. Let's try to capture it from this side. Nice. I don't want to crop that tree, so I still prefer the vertical composition. Nice, nice. Let's wait a little bit. The ZV-E10 is not as responsive as my other cameras. Sometimes you have to wait for a little bit for the preview image to continue. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying sometimes. But anyway, nice lens. I really enjoy the Viltrox 13mm for photography. Right, we found this beautiful villa right here. We want to try to photograph it again with the Viltrox 13mm f1.4. I'm still setting the camera to aperture priority. I'm at about f4, maybe I'm going to switch to f5.6. Setting the ISO to about 250. And yeah, I want to try to get a little bit of this tree on the left right here as sort of a framing device. I don't want to show the villa entirely. I want to, you know, kind of refill it just a little bit, conceal it with some of the trees right here to make for a frame within the frame kind of composition. I think that is more interesting. So yeah, this is the composition. Really nice. I'm at ISO 250, so I got about 320 shutter speed. Nice. Like it, vertical composition. I think it works best. Let me show you the one without the foreground. It'll just look very bland. Fortunately, we have these sort of lines on the foreground right there to help adding into the composition, but I much prefer to include the tree right here. Something like that. Yeah, it's just nicer in my opinion. Alright, so we found this nice little chair and desk right here, coffee table, whatever that is. It makes for a really nice foreground, and I want to try to tell a little bit of a story, you know, a relaxing Saturday on the nature. Hopefully the image will work to tell that story. But yeah, I mean, like this chair and the coffee table gives that relaxing kind of chill kind of atmosphere and vibe, and I really want to convey it in the form of a photograph, sorry. And yeah, with the 13mm, I think it's really nice because we can get a lot of context, a lot of backgrounds, things in the frame. So yeah, a strong foreground like this will definitely work. We have a little bit of sunlight seeping in from the leaves, making for a nice, you know, kind of like a textured light effect right there, interplay between shadows and light. So yeah, this is the composition that I have in mind. I'm at ISO 250, aperture priority f5.6, a little bit slanted from an angle like this with the trees behind. Makes for a nice mood, I hope. Right, let's employ this fully articulating screen so I can compose better in vertical shot. Something like this. Hopefully it will work. Alright, nice. I'm liking the image so far. I'm focusing on the chair and the coffee table. Let's try to get just a little bit closer. I want to crop the chair and the table just a little bit. It's okay to crop it appropriately. You don't want to crop just very slightly. That makes for a jarring kind of image. If you want to crop significantly, or don't crop at all. That's always my principle. Anyway, yeah, let's try to capture some more. Let's do it straight from this angle right here. I think that also looks nice. Excellent. Yeah, let's, you know, kind of crouch a little bit. Nice. Let's try horizontal. What will happen? Yeah, I prefer vertical. It tells better story. But let's try horizontal from this angle. Yeah, still vertical is better in my opinion. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for today's photography vlog. I hope that this has been entertaining, inspiring and fun. And yeah, I really enjoy my time today taking some nice pictures with the Viltrox 13mm. Hopefully this practice will help me to improve my skill as well. Anyway, let me know in the comment down below, what do you think of today's pictures? Which one is your favorite? Also, if you have any comment, please comment down below as well, or any question, I will try my best to answer them. Don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing my video, subscribing to my channel, and if you want to support my work even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below. Use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel, or purchase my travel photography course ebook called Simplifying Travel Photography, link also on the description below. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.